Good morning, everyone. So I want to chat today about 5 photo ideas to fill up your Etsy listings with. Now, as we know, Etsy gives us 5 spots to fill up our listings with, right? Photos. And not always do we use all those spots. So I want to make sure I chat about 5 different ideas that could help you. You may already have your 5 spots filled up, you may not, but I certainly want to give you these ideas just in case you say, I didn't think about this and I definitely really need this, okay? Not only will it help you fill up your spots, that's not the most important thing. The most important thing is conversions, okay? Converting the customer. Having those additional photos can really help answer buyers' questions and get you the sale. So this Facebook Live really shouldn't take that long to cover, but I thought it would be a really important topic. I never discussed this type of topic before, and I said to myself in the morning, I was like, you know what? I don't even have some of my listings filled up in photos. Now, I don't have an issue with conversions, so that's the good news. But certainly, I know some of my listings do have them all filled up, and I know what they're filled up with. And I wanted to show people ideas, really, really solid ideas to fill up those 5 photos. To help you with conversions and what makes sense for your business. Okay. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Sorry, I'm just fixing my hair. I was so tired this morning. I slept at a really decent hour and I slept really throughout the night. There was no tossing and turning, but yeah, I still woke up really tired. I just took my allergy medicine, so we'll see what happens. Excuse me. So anyway, what's on my agenda today? Today, I am starting to put together the Google SEO webinar. Yes, the outline is pretty much done. Starting to put it together means, the presentation piece, the slides and, all that stuff. So I have to piece together the way I'm going to teach you. So that's really, really exciting. And doing a couple of shop critiques, or I think at least one, and that's a big majority of my day because the Google SEO webinar takes a huge chunk of it, If you lost sound, which obviously you can't hear me if you did, Cassie, leave and then come back. That should usually help it. If somebody could type that up for her, that'd be fantastic. Anyway, so if you're already on the call and you're excited about the Google SEO webinar, comment below and say, I'm excited. If you have no interest in it because you don't have a website or you rock at SEO already or for some reason you think it doesn't matter, then you don't have to write anything. But if you are excited, let me know. I decided to bring that out, the Google SEO webinar before the Pinterest one. Well, they both have fairly huge demand, but I feel, I don't know, just went with the Google one. Just how it is. Sometimes it depends on my mood. Sometimes it depends on what I feel is more right for my members. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we know what we want, but sometimes we don't really know what we need. Okay? And I feel like both of them, I wish I could come out with both of them, and that's not going to be the case. But I certainly think having the Google one would be really, really solid for people. It does take some time to implement and then see results, so having it as soon as possible will probably be the best bet for a lot of us, Anyway, so I'm going to get started with the 5 different photo types you can fill up your Etsy listings with. Again, I'm going with 5 because there are 5 spots in Etsy. Now, you could take what I'm saying, right, and then apply it to your own website. You could apply it to Amazon. You could apply it to any selling platform you're on. If they give you much more photo sections, then that's great. You could do this. You could do much more of it. But at least you have the minimum of 5 ideas, okay? I'm excited. Awesome. You look fabulous. Sorry. Oh, thank you. I think I look average today, but thank you. So let's get started. So the first photo is really, really simple. There's no big strategy to it, except that it should be really a photo that makes the customer or the potential buyer evoke emotion when they see it. And we talked about this here and there on Facebook Lives. But when I see this photo, does it make me say, oh, I must have it? Is it set up in, first of all, is it, are the basics there? Great lighting, composition, etc. But I wonder also if you have set it up in a way that does evoke emotion. So my stuff is set up on a white background, of course, but it has props around it that appear to be having my stationery laid on somebody's desk, right? Other stationery items. So it makes somebody envision how it would look like in their lives, So having this the first photo really can mean everything. It could really mean somebody could be clicking on your listing. And if it really, really sucks, they won't be clicking on it, right? So even though I think the other photos are really important to help you close a sale but even trying to get somebody into your listing is much more important. So the first photo must evoke emotion, right? And I mentioned this before, I'll mention it again. If you need help with this, go ahead and post a before and after, or go ahead and post a photo in the group and say, hey, I don't think my photos really are that great. What could I do about it? Another thing I mentioned to people before, besides getting feedback from the group, is looking around the internet and saying, okay, in my field, in my market, what other photo, let's say in jewelry, let's say if you sell jewelry, what other photo evokes emotion from me? Gather those photos, whether you pin them on Pinterest, favorite them, whatever, and after done with that little exercise within 30 minutes, then you could gather your information, say, okay, what amongst these photos makes me excited? Understand what it is. Is it because they put stationary props next to it? Is it because these really cute, solid pink backgrounds? Is it because of the depth of field that they use in their photography skills? What is it? Gather what that is and start applying it to your own photos, okay? So the first photo is really simple, okay? Make it attractive. You know all the rules about photography that you need to make it look like. And it must evoke emotion. You must get somebody to say it was so cute. So I'll tell you a secret, right? It's not really a secret, I'll just tell you. I was doing a shop critique on Sunday, and, I was doing my thing, talking, and, also when I'm doing your shop critique, I have your items up, your shop up in front of me on my computer. At one point, I couldn't focus on the critique because this person's items was so freaking cute, okay, that I couldn't look at it without screeching in excitement. So I said during the shop critique, I was like, you know what, let me just change the page for a second to another item from another section because I can't focus. That's the emotion you want from the customer, okay? That's what I felt when I saw this section of items, okay? I couldn't stop. All right, so that's idea number one. Idea number two for the second slot of your photo. Now this will vary amongst people, but for a lot of businesses, I would recommend a close-up shot. Especially if you have an item that has particular detail, good morning, that people need to see, okay? You want to make sure you have a close-up shot of some sort. If this does not pertain to you, because you're like, my item doesn't need a close-up shot. Particularly, my items don't really need a close-up shot. Depends on the item. Maybe you're in an industry where you have to see the back of the item. Particularly wall signs, maybe hair clips. You have to see what type of clip it is. So don't underestimate when people need to see what's going on in the back of your item. Okay? So a close-up shot, a back shot, I guess you would call it. Or if both of those don't pertain to you, because they don't pertain to me, I would say giving the person another variation combo. So if you offer variations, right? If you offer tons of them, such as color, I do color, you might want to show people another color combination. Here's the thing, guys. I don't know if you noticed this. If you offer color combinations, you will find that most people would like, if you do it correctly, most people would like the first photo that you offer. They like the color combination you put together, and they will order those, okay? So if that's the case, that means you're influencing customers. They love what they're seeing, so they want exactly what you've done for them, right? It's like buying something off a mannequin. They love what you presented. They want that. So offering in the second photo another color combo helps inspire customers more to close a sale. Imagine in my first photo or the second photo, I put the ugliest color combo. Let's just say it, ugliest color combo. Do you think that item would sell as much? I could tell you it wouldn't. Customers know they could probably choose another color combo, but you have not inspired them, okay? So that's an idea for the second photo. Either a close-up shot, a behind shot, a detailed shot, or even a different color combo. Okay? Moving on. Number 3. Number 3 is packaging. If you offer some sort of packaging that matters to your customer because they need to know how this item is packaged, because let's say they give it away as a gift most of the time, maybe they store it somewhere so it has to be packaged a certain way, or you're really just proud of your packaging, okay, the third photo should be how you package your product. Simple as that. This really works over well in the holiday season, especially if you offer gift-ready packaging. Even if it's not a ribbon tied, right, but if it's in a box of some sort, showing what this looks like really would help the customer, okay? So that is option number 3. Simple as that, right? Option number 4, okay? Now this may not apply to most people, but I think it will apply to a lot. Is a color chart or a variation chart. If you offer variations, there should be some sort of graphic to match it, showing people what this looks like. So in color, you should be showing the different color swatches. In materials, you should be showing the different materials. In font styles, you should be showing different font styles, so on and so forth, okay? So the fourth photo should be color chart, variation chart, whatever it is. I can't think of anything else right now as far as what people offer as variations, but you get the drift. And you may say, Dayo, it seems like really, really easy. Why'd you have to say that? Well, first of all, it may sound easy, but a lot of people don't actually do it. A lot of times I see in shop critiques, people have the variation drop down, but they don't have the chart. And I see people that have the chart, but don't have the variation drop down. I'm like, why are we making our customers work harder than they have to? You know, why are we making them work hard for us to make money? We're the ones supposed to be working hard, right? So that's the fourth idea to fill up your Etsy photos, okay? The last one, really left field, but really, I think really good. You could do this one as a second photo. You could do it as a fourth one. It's really up to you where you want to put this. But this one, I'm just going to call it an infographic of some sort. So what does this mean? This item will have text on it if in some way, and you could do what you will with it. I'm trying to think. Here's an idea. I have an email list, and I'm really, really pushing big on it. So my graphic is sign up for my email list and get 15% off. That's an idea. Another idea is if you want people to follow you on Instagram or hashtag you or whatever. That's an idea, okay? Another one related directly to the product could show what else you offer in your shop, for example, that matches this product. So imagine you offer a mermaid stationery and you have the matching mermaid blah, 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 blah. You could show that all, and you could have text on it showing the matching products are in your shop. Okay? You get it? So somehow this last graphic serves as an infographic, if you will, but also heavily on the text. I like to really push getting customers to follow you on your email list. That's a really big deal for me, but you may use it the way you want. It's as simple as that. Now, I have given you 5 ideas, and if you've just joined me, let me go over the 5 ideas really quickly. The first one is your main photo, obviously. The most attractive it has to be. I think all of them should be really attractive, but the most attractive to get the customer inside your shop. It should evoke emotion, right, to get the customer to click. Next one is a close-up, okay, or showing you behind the product, showing you close-up detail, or even showing you a different color combo. The third thing is packaging. If you have packaging to be proud of, please show it to the customer. It may matter to them to help close a sale. Okay? Fourth one is a color chart, a variation chart of some sort, if you're offering variations, so they could see how they look like. Okay, and the last one is that infographic I just mentioned. Okay? Tanya says, on the other platforms, I try to add a product video or someone explaining the product. I wish Etsy allowed videos. That would be really cool. That would be really intense, I think. In a good way. So guys, I hope you enjoyed these 5 tips. For people on this call, can I ask, how many of you out there, how many of these ideas, even if you're doing them or want to do them, how many of these ideas could you do, or have you done, or want to do? Okay, so for example, I don't fill up all my spots just yet, but I could do all 5. So in my case, I would write the number 5. How many of you could do all of these? Or how many of these could you do? How about that? Even if you're already doing them, tell me how much. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You know, I'm assuming a lot of us could probably do all realistically. If you don't offer variations, it could probably be one less, but you can still fill up that other spot by doing another close-up shot or doing something of that sort, you know? And I gave you that last idea, such as, besides the infographic, you could obviously show people what are other things in your shop to get them to keep shopping. Michelle says 5. Maria says definitely 3 or 4. Keep going, guys. I want to see how many you guys could do in here because, you know, we talk about conversions. We talk about all these little different things, you know, through our Facebook Live journeys. And a lot of times people complain about conversions. And while photos alone won't help you with conversions, there's other things will help you. It's certainly a piece of the puzzle. Excuse me. So I absolutely want you to consider the 5 ideas I gave you. Write them down as part of your master to-do list. I hope you have a master to-do list. So I want you to write those down and start making up a plan for them. So such as, well, the first photo is first photo. I hope you have a first photo. But if you realize you never had a close-up shot or behind shot or something, then you say, you know what, that's on your to-do list to do for all your photos. Next one, if your color chart, let's say if you have one but it's kind of janky, right? It's kind of like weird looking, unprofessional, redo it, get it together. Put that on your to-do list. Remember yesterday somebody asked me during a Facebook Live, well, how do I know what I'm doing wrong? You know, blah, blah, blah. So I get a shop critique. This is a time when you're listening, right, on my Facebook Live for free without having a shop critique and you know exactly what to do, right? So like I said to that person yesterday, and I'll tell you today, you know, while shop critiques are very personalized and really help you because it's super focused, if you don't have if you don't have the money to spend on shop critique or the shop critiques are not open yet, tips like these will help you in the meantime, okay? 4 easily, or maybe 5, I do different angles of the belly sash, but I also sell decor hangers, okay? Tips to make 4 or 5 photos. I have close-ups and stylized as well. Shot from the side. I don't know what you mean by decor hangers, Amber. I don't know what that is. But certainly, okay, I'm assuming it's a hanger people put clothing on. I don't know. Showing it alongside with the actual product in use, how they're going to use it is another idea, by the way. By the way, there's more ideas than these 5. So one of them, like I said, is showing the product in use would absolutely be a good idea. It just depends. I'm not sure exactly what that means, though. I always had a massive to-do list. We all do. We all do. I certainly do. And sometimes when I'm behind, my list grows. It's been happening for the last, like, I would say healthy week. My list was growing instead of depleting. I'm like, oh, great. I do 4 of my product along with one of my wrapped items as shown in the shipping box. I hear comments all the time from my buyers that it's like they are getting a gift, even though they bought, oops, and paid for themselves. Awesome. Oh, Amber, I guess I didn't understand. I would have to see the product to really understand it. But I think you could definitely do a few of these. Packaging to know how people get it is really important, unless it's just a big brown box. If you do offer variations, or you should offer variations, a color chart would be really good. That infographic would be really good. You know, a close-up shot of that detail that you feel like you put on that hanger would probably be really good. Yes, Elaine, write it on your Trello. That's what I do. So here's the thing, guys. I showed you before my to-do list. It's a piece of paper with to-do list and distraction list. Whatever doesn't make it off my paper that day goes on my Trello. Because it wasn't important enough for me to complete that day, I will eventually get to it. You know? Anyway, guys, I am going to start my workday. I have a huge workday today. If you just joined me later, I'm working on Google SEO webinar, piecing it together. Again, if you just joined me late, I want to know how many of you are excited to get your hands on it. So write down below you're excited. So I know when people are actually interested in it, if I'm doing it for a reason. I knew before because people told me they wanted it. But I want to know now what the interest is as I'm trying to get it ready for launch. I would really appreciate it. Go ahead and write down you're excited below so I know what's going on with that. I know the demand is huge because a lot of people want their own website. A lot of people want to know how to drive traffic to it. A lot of people, you know what I'm saying, they need help with it, and I could help you. Simple as that. I already get Google traffic as we speak. I'm working on obviously other different things such as Pinterest and email lists to get traffic to my website. But I know a lot of people want the help because, well, I don't like to invoke fear in people, but I know that, you know, with a lot of things happening with other different platforms, we have to always look out for ourselves. We have to always make sure we're taking care of our own website. For those of you who are out there who have, and I'm being dead honest, okay? Forget the fact that you have to pay for the webinar. Forget that. But if you are out there and you have a website and you don't know how to drive traffic to it, or you're not as good at driving traffic to it, and you have no interest in the webinar, then shame on you. And only because then I ask you how you can drive traffic to it. You know? Are you being stingy, not want to invest in your business? Is that what it is? And I'm being hard on you. And here's why I'm being hard on you. Because it is... Because you know what it is? You're going to be the person that in a year from now wishes they would have started sooner. And probably wishes that I was more hard on you to get it, because then you would have accumulated a lot of, you know, SEO things going on your website, and you would have been much better off. Will it include Google advertising? Absolutely not. No. As far as Google advertising, I know it, but not as well to make a webinar about it. No. And it's Google SEO, so it's definitely not going to include advertising. So that's that. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna let you guys go. I am going to get started on my work day. I will chat with you guys tomorrow. Okay? Thank you so much. See you later. Bye.